Everyday Me, Everyday God. My name is Elaine. Thank you for joining me in a reflection of our everyday God in one of my everydays. This morning, I was out walking in the park, and it's springtime here, and it's absolutely lovely outside. It's gorgeous. I love spring. I love what spring is and everything about it. I just love it. And as I was out walking, I found myself thanking God for the color, the vibrant, abundant, extravagant color of rhododendrons in spring, of roses just beginning to bud and about to burst into life, and for lilacs on the trees, and for leaves coming out in huge ancient trees here. It was a lovely morning walk. Every year, year after year, after the dormant season, spring rises. It bursts into life. It bursts into our life. And it made me think about seasons in my own life and how I love the spring. I love coming out of a dormant season and into spring with fragrant color, just a hopefulness. And it made me realize that year after year spring comes, but not until the dormant season has come and gone. If we don't have dormant season, we don't have blossoms. If we don't have dormant season to rest and root what has been productive the year before, then we don't have spring and blossoms. And so it made me begin to think a bit more about how to thank God for all the seasons of my life. Not just spring, which I love, but for dormant season, and to not love the experience, but to love what's happening in that, in terms of my own rootedness, my own growth, my own development, of how God is continuing to create me. And it took me back to Isaiah chapter 43, where the prophet Isaiah is speaking to the people of God and speaking words of the Lord to them. So this is Isaiah chapter 43, bits of it. When you pass through the waters. Now, do you notice that it isn't if you pass through the waters, it's when. Very different words, if, when. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, says the Lord. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you, says the Lord. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze, says the Lord. ... Later in the chapter, the Lord says, forget the former things. Don't dwell on the past. We don't forget the past. We don't wipe it out with some magic marker or something. I don't know. We don't do that. But it is used, and it produces a stability, a growth, an insight, and understanding for the next spring. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. Can you not see it? Open your eyes. Look, I'm doing a new thing. Can you see it? I am making a way in your desert and streams in your wasteland, says the Lord. Spring, something new. Can you not perceive it? I pray that our God of seasons, our very present God in our everyday, will comfort and care for you this day, will embrace you in hope, and hold you in truth, the truth that God sees, God knows, hears, and that God is doing a new thing. Amen. I invite you to join me in other reflections in my everyday with